Everyone, stick with us versus Herd. If it's your first time here, let the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications for when we go live, tap the bell. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. Both are free 99. If you're here right now, say what's going on. We have some new people in the house. We have Steve, Micah, Danny, Rob, Alec, Alvaro, Carmine, the Polo, Lucas. I think I said Micah, Lion, Rodney, Ringy, Slick, Colin. Thank you all for being here. What's going on, James? And I mean this market. I mean, oh boy. I mean, I just have to laugh. I mean, I just have to laugh. I'm gonna show you guys my trade here in a second. I mean, it wasn't a good trade. It was not a good trade. I didn't lose a lot, but hope you all had a good weekend. Try to stay safe being quarantined. I mean, we were inside the house. I did get an Amazon delivery. So, you know, I mean, based on the news, what's up, Rob? Based on the news right now, I mean, kind of screws up my video from last night where I thought like things were headed. And now we're bouncing back, obviously. Tobin, thanks for being here. I'm not even allowed to go anywhere. No, but I want to. I'll once some more people get on, I want to say something about this. Fed pumped 30 billion today. 30 B's, Matthew. Not a whole lot. If we're looking at the balance sheet here, we are off the charts on the Fed balance sheet. This is of March 18th, which is 5 days ago. So we are off the chain. We are at all-time highs on the Fed balance sheet, and we're continuing to go higher. This is the highest the Fed balance sheet has ever been in the existence of the Fed. Yo, Trevor, what's going on? Hank? Just reported the Fed pledges allegiance to the market. This is all the Fed. Yeah, so yesterday we limited down. Right now, S&Ps are up 58, Dow's up 449, NASDAQ up 213. After within the first 5 minutes of market open yesterday, we hit limit down. We went we had an after hours fade, and then we limited down 5%, and then we were kind of chilling, you know. What's going on, Jeff? Yeah, right now the markets are up on the Fed. Now, the Fed is I don't know. So I don't know if this is. I mean, it's probably good for the short term, but I'm a little worried for the long term. I mean, like we've known for a long time that the Fed, you know, to get through the Great Recession and all that stuff. I mean, the Fed has just been putting Band-Aid after Band-Aid after Band-Aid until one day we kind of blew up, and here we are. And the question is, I mean, I'm not going to say scared, but I'm a little bit concerned that the Fed is going to be able to buy actual securities. They could buy SPY, and they have an unlimited QE program that they're starting immediately. You know, I don't think this is the way it was designed. I don't think this is what it was designed for. You know, they're supposed to oversee monetary policy and all that, but I don't think they're supposed to take a position in the American economy. I don't know. Am I wrong? Are they supposed to be doing this? I mean, apparently they can. It's in their power. But are they supposed? Is this right? You know, like, are we gonna fix it? Are we gonna fix it for today? But 5 years from now, we're gonna be worse. I mean, I don't like. I don't want to see, our country going through any hardship or depression or 50% unemployment or anything like that. I agree. I do not want that. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants unemployment higher than 5%. Nobody wants that. But I was having a hard time from 2017 through 2019 because I felt that the market was just kind of grinding higher, and it was we were at all time highs. Interest rates were at 0%, and then as soon as they raised the interest rates, we start having inverted yield curves. We started going nuts, and then when they started to unwind their balance sheet, we had even more problems, and then we had the trade war, and then we had, you know, so I was having a hard time pricing because I didn't think it was real. Now the thing is with the Fed, if the Fed owns treasuries and companies, I mean, what's real? What's going to be like? I don't know. I'm not honestly. I don't know how to price thing. If let's say the Fed takes a position in Boeing, for instance, like, how do you price Boeing? You know, like, are valuations done? I mean, is that what it's gonna be? Does it matter? Like, if we're at 10, 20, 30% unemployment at all-time highs, I mean, don't you think that's gonna be worrisome? Like, if we're at 20% unemployment and we go back to all-time highs, like, if the S&P goes up to 3,300, 3,400, you know, I'm not saying, I don't know. I don't have the answer, but I'm concerned. I'm concerned how much control the government is taking on over in the economy. I mean, America is built on the free market and enterprise, and here we are where the government, it's kind of like saying right now, let's say somebody like Warren Buffett were to, let's say the market dropped. Let's say the market dropped down a huge percentage, and Warren Buffett, he has this huge cash pile and he has the ability to buy 10 to 20% of America. Would we want Warren Buffett to buy 10 to 20% of America? I don't think I would. I wouldn't want one person controlling the majority of what happens here, you know? I mean, that's just me. Like, I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to prevent a catastrophe, but in the history of the Fed, we know them. They just applied band-aid after band-aid after band-aid, and we've gotten ourselves into a situation where we were in bad shape. When they had the inverted yield curves last year, that should have been your signal, and that was my signal. I've been preparing stuff for a while, like on my end. Like, okay, if we hit a recession, are we prepared? I wasn't prepared for a potential like depression. Like, I'm just concerned at how big of a position they're taking and if it's the right thing to do. Obviously, the Fed, they don't have many options right now. Interest rates are at zero. Unemployment's going to skyrocket. Like, what are they supposed to do? Like, what's the Fed supposed to do? Just let us rot? Maybe we need a reset, but I don't. But then saying something like that as a reset is, we're gonna be like the Great Depression, standing in lines to get bread and soup. I mean, I don't know the answer, and I don't think anybody does. I think everyone's just trying to do the best they can, but I just don't feel like. I don't know. I mean, let me see some of these comments here. This goes against market psychology. It's very odd. They bought up 80% of the market. Talking about one entity saving the stock market. Do you think it's time to buy long-term stocks? My opinion has not changed. No. Yo, Keith. Short-term good, medium and long-term. Can you say communist? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, why don't we just close everything and have the government run it? Actually, never mind. No, we do not want that. I mean, standing in line at the airport at the DMV is like, makes you want to end yourself. It's like terrible. Buffett knows the cash is good, but also burning match. I think we have at least 1/4 of losses here. People start losing jobs, and how's yeah, the one thing where you said people start losing jobs and stuff. My theory here is, the longer that we're at home and the longer that companies can realize that they can get by without a certain percentage of their workforce, like, hey, actually, we're doing okay working remote, and we're doing okay with you know with this department only being 50% of its size. You know what? When we come back, let's just ask this group of people to come back and the remaining group. So I think even when this is all said and done, let's say everyone goes back to work, there's gonna be a good majority that are not invited back because they're going to realize that job they could do without a bunch of those people, and they're going to ease the burden. It's an opportunity right now for companies to trim, per se. Look at what's going. A lot of companies, as we know, have been riding fat, and it's crazy to me. I mean, they bought all those stock buybacks and stuff like that. The companies, you think like let's say for Apple. Apple's got a multi-billion-dollar war chest. They can handle multiple down years. They're ready for battle. They're ready for war, right? But then you go to the airlines. 1 week down, they can't even handle it. 1 week, 2 weeks, they can't. Like, shouldn't they have 6 months to a year in cash reserves in case something happens? Like, I don't understand. Like, you're telling me that I should have 6 months in my savings account in case something bad happens, but these companies can't even last 1 week? I don't like why did they why do you push things to the edge like that? Like, that is the most like if you were at a financial planner, you go sit down with a financial planner, they have a checklist of things to do. One of the things on the checklist for a company is like, hey, can you withstand 1 year of getting no revenue or profits? Can you withstand? The answer is no. Time to change. And now here we are. Here we are paying the price. We did agree what they did in 2008. I mean, they saved the market in 2008, but since 2008, we've been getting pinched, man. We've been getting pinched. But yeah, to go over my mistake last night. So kind of show you what I have going on right now. I bought a futures contract yesterday night for 22.11. I sold it for 22.03. Took a $40. I'm like, you know what? We're probably gonna limit down, and then when we reopen, we're gonna go down some more. And I don't really want. I was long. I don't want to fight this. I was kind of flirting with it last night. Like, I was up a little bit, then I was down a little bit, then I was up a little bit, then I was down a little bit. You know what? I'll just close it out. $40 loss. This position right now, if I still had this position, instead of losing $40, I would have been up $2,000. But I didn't make a mistake per se. In hindsight, it's obviously a mistake. But at the time, I was like, well, I'd rather lose $40 now than wake up to like $500 loss. But it is what it is. That just comes with the way I trade, my personality, my style. That limiting losses, that's what happens. That's what happens when you limit loss. You preserve your capital when you're trying not to. Like, I didn't want to come into Monday halted, down 500. You want to, like, for Monday, you want to set the tone. You want to get going. You want your trades to go well. You want to get some mojo, get some momentum going. And the first trade that you close, you're like, oh, I opened up down 500, down 900. Like, you don't want that. You don't want to start the week off like that. So, in hindsight, like, when I did it, it was smart. In hindsight, obviously, I mean, I would never have guessed that. I mean, I knew that the Fed was working. I didn't think they were going to call an emergency meeting and saying, hey guys, here's the plan. There's actually no plan, but let's buy whatever we can until the market goes back up and reverses. Sounds good? All right, meeting over. It's like, come on, man. Like, what do you think about Teva for today? I currently hold stock on Teva. I'm currently still, my average is $7.30. We're at $7.77. I think, like, today for me, honestly, I don't think it really matters what stock you're trading. I think it matters that you need to be real careful. I don't know yet. I mean, my goal, like I was saying, what I was saying a couple days ago, or in Facebook over the weekend, was my plan was this week was to fade the stimulus bill. So the Senate couldn't come to agreement yesterday on the vote. They said they're expected to get it done today. They must get it done today, the stimulus bill. So they're trying to get money into the hands of every American, and they're trying to get money to small, medium businesses and other businesses, and basically try to save the market through a stimulus agreement that's like $4 trillion, right? Who knows if it's going to work, but here we are. So my trade idea was that I was going to wait for this bill to come out and then pretty much short the pop, kind of layer in, kind of test the waters. Not like go right in, not go in immediately, just kind of fade it in. Because this week we have a whole slew of economic data. We have manufacturing PMI, new home sales, durable good orders, core capital goods, GDP, weekly jobless claims, which last week they went up. This week they're going to be astronomical weekly jobless claims. Like they're going to be off the charts. Like this is what I was talking about. People are like, "Oh, should I buy stocks?" Buy stocks. How are you going to buy stocks with no economic data? And I get messages all day long, like, should I buy stocks? Should I not? And like, I'm not like an investment coach or anything, but what I'll tell you right now for my personal portfolio, what I'm doing is you can't be flying blind. Like, you can't buy stocks with no economic data. And people are like, well, it's dropped a lot from where it was. Yeah, based on what valuation? That valuation was off the chain. That valuation made no sense. Like, so even though we've dropped, I still think we're coming into like a fair market value, because 2017 through the beginning of 2020, stocks were extremely overvalued. Like it was insane. I mean, and still, stocks are probably overvalued now for the amount we're consuming. People don't buy economic data value. Yeah, and that's what I'm worried about with the Fed getting involved, is that I don't, how can you tell if a company is good if the Fed owns 25% of it? How do you, is the Fed going to let that company go down? I mean, what are we supposed to do? Just buy stock and stay blindfolded for the next 30 years? Is that it? At this point, depending on what happens, I mean, investing may be dead, where you just, I don't know. Like, if things get bad, you just buy more and pump more money in. However, I mean, I will say now, I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way, but as an American, I think I would prefer that the Fed takes a position than another country take a position at this point, because that's the other thing, is if the Fed, I guess what they're worried about is other countries potentially taking a position in real estate, owning American assets, stuff like that. We're in a bad place. Yeah, if you guys could do me the favor, hit the like button. I also want to say, thank you guys so much for tuning in every day, showing so much love in the comments and helping people in the Discord on Facebook. And, you guys definitely make this a lot more fun, and I really enjoy what I do here. And I have a blast every day doing videos. I have a blast doing on Discord. I have a blast on Facebook, talking about the stock market with you guys. We have a lot of helpful people in our community, and it's great, and it's good to go. It's good to go through these crises, with others. Otherwise, like before, it's just like basically it was me just sitting here watching my numbers go up and down. Kind of boring. So it definitely helps to get some input. Also, like, it helps to kind of crowdsource that information, saying, hey, I think this, and people come across different information. Like, I might come across different information from you. I mean, I learn a lot from the members as well, like in our community. I learned a lot. I learned a ton. Like you never stop learning. Like no matter what experience level you are, you're always going to be learning. You know, I mean, no one alive has ever traded the market like this. You know, well, even the Great Depression, they didn't have computers and stuff, so trading back then was probably a lot different. I mean, obviously a lot more different than we are in 2020 than we were in 1929. But have you ever thought about live streaming all day? Yeah, but I thought about that, but the thing is, I enjoy my freedom, and I run other businesses as well. This is not the only thing that I do, so I do a lot of things, and if I were to live stream all day, those things would take a hit. Now, if everything goes out of business, and this is maybe I don't know, if all my businesses go out of business, then you know, hey guys, here I am. You know? 50% correction is rare, 30% more common. I think we are in a rare circumstance. We're in a rare situation, Hank. But a lot of people are going to buy today. A lot of people are going to buy today with the Fed's assurance. Now, the Fed is basically assuring no matter the cost, they are going to help. So we got futures coming down a little bit. If we look at SPY, so SPY, what I was saying, my target on SPY was 220. We're at 231 now. We popped up 220, bounced from there. Without the news, okay, without that news, how would the market look right now? We would probably just be riding this line till open, and I think we would have dropped. And that's why I closed my futures position without the news, right? So if we were just riding the line of limit down, and then at market open we dropped and got halted, that was really what I was expecting, because that's the scenario that we've had pretty much every single day or every single time that we've halted. We've halted it open and we continue going down, right? Sure, there were some things up here, but if we're looking at SPY, you know, I was really targeting this 2015, 2016 area, because this is pretty strong support up in here. You know, we maintain basically 210. If we look at the median here, 210 for about 2 years. Sure, we dipped below and we went above, but you know, we basically dipped like 210. I think for me is kind of like a fair value right now for SPY. And you know, if we're looking at 2016 through the top of here, I felt that this, you know, if there was no trade war, this would have never happened. We would have continued going like this. We would have continued just kind of slowly grinding up, which is okay. And you know, obviously we had the trade war and then we had the recovery, but you know, I honestly think the last 3 years of trading was the most artificial thing I've ever seen. The Aussie wants to know, is BlackRock a bank? Does Fed pump this? So BlackRock is basically like a financial institution. They make products such as ETFs and stuff like that that consumers can buy. They are well diversified. So check them out. You can wiki them, but that's essentially what they are. They're basically like financial services. Futures looking a little limp, you know. But now my concern now with unlimited QE and the Fed able to buy whatever they want. Like, how am I supposed to hold a short position overnight now? You know, like I guess we'll see what happens. But how am I supposed to hold a short position overnight? I don't know. Like, I guess we're gonna have to test the waters here. Like I'm not gonna be going very big here if I'm taking short positions overnight. I'm gonna chill, but I'm still holding to fading some of this market data this week. You know, if we get if the stimulus bill happens today, pops the market up, I would like to take a short position. That's kind of my goal here, and I want to do it for the week. I don't want to trade like tomorrow's or Wednesday's expiration or today's expiration. I want to kind of fade it into the week here. A lot of experts are saying that once the virus isn't a problem anymore, we're going to really up and out of the recession. I don't think so. The longer we're shut down, the more, I mean, we're already talking probably a year worth of recovery here. I mean, the amount of companies that are basically bankrupt and dead right now. I mean, right now we're at a year recovery minimum unless the Fed just like goes. I mean, they can. Sorry, I'm getting heated right now. I'm getting heated. I'm getting little fired up. I'm just going through these comments that you guys have. I missed some of these. Sorry, I'm just going through some of these comments because I just wanna. If you guys are here liking the content, hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Market opens in 5 minutes. All right, what stocks? What stocks you guys looking at? We got 5 minutes. Yeah, Boeing got an upgrade. Boeing got an upgrade because they're not going to let it fail. I mean, I'll admit, if you're going to buy any company right now, I guess I would buy. The only companies that I would think about buying right now that we're holding for long term, companies that the government will not let them fail, and companies with profits and a huge cash vault, such as Microsoft, Apple. Those are the kind of companies that I'm looking at. Like if you were to say, "Hey Nick, you need to buy stock today," I would just load up on Apple and Microsoft. Call it a day. I mean that's not investment advice, entertainment purposes only, but that is what I would do. But Boeing, if you're looking at Boeing right now, I mean, it's hard to value. I mean, back in 2015, 2016, it was under 200 a share. I mean, is this because they did something good that it tripled, doubled? I mean, if the stock doubles like this, is this good? Apparently not. All those stock buybacks. Why haven't you traded Microsoft? Because I've been kind of keeping it simple. I might look into Microsoft. I've been in this volatility. I've been trading SPY and Apple pretty much exclusively, mainly because I need to keep it simple. I need to keep my brain on track instead of trying to watch all these different things, create price targets. I've been keeping it very, very, very simple, and simple has been paying out. So, I traded Costco last week. Lost 800 on it. So, but luckily earlier that week on Costco, I made 400. So actually, I'm net negative 400 on Costco. Don't trade Costco. Liquidity is really bad. I'm not sure why, but liquidity is doing pretty well today, possibly because of all the assets that you can use as collateral to get more money. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you have to determine which companies are going to be coming out of this hole and which ones are going to be chopped up and thrown away. That's really where you want to try to find value. And obviously, Boeing's not going to go away. Microsoft, Apple's not going away, in my opinion. Some of the airlines may go down. Are they going to keep them all? It's kind of like in 2008. Bank of America, J.P. Morgan, all those banks they got the stay. Lehman Brothers, everyone else got the shaft. Watch Margin Call on Netflix if you guys haven't seen it yet. Uber. So my main concern with Uber is their transportation is going to be down. However, Uber Eats is going to be up. But is that enough to? I mean, Uber was in big trouble already. They were losing billions of dollars a year. I don't know if Uber. I mean, maybe if Uber and Lyft combined, but does that make double the debt? I don't know. They said they got enough cash for it. I don't know, man. I don't know about Uber. I know Uber was one of the biggest unicorns that we've ever had, and their stock price is not even near what their valuation could be. If Uber comes down to $3, $5, I'll pick up a couple shares, sure. You guys are probably thinking I'm crazy. But if no one's driving around, if no one's trying to get anywhere, what are Uber drivers supposed to do? I mean, I guess they could just be delivering food, but is that, I don't know what the equivalent is for that. The new Groupon, yeah. The new Groupon. All right, market is fading. We're back to red. Dow down 250, S&P's down 25, Nasdaq down 20. You know what I'm trying to do is wait for this stimulus bill to go through, see what happens here. Maybe take a quick scalp trades. I don't want to get stuck. Man, they fading this hard. 150-point drop. The Fed's sitting there like right now, like, it's not working, guys. Why isn't it going up? Push the button. Make it go up. Push the button. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna crap myself. You know, it's like every time the Fed does something, they expect it to go up, and then every time it doesn't, they're like, nothing I do, I can never get it right. I mean, imagine a slowly bureaucrat in his office where this up and down work this time. Quick, buy more SPY. Hurry. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know with all this stuff buying and all this debt they're taking on. What's it gonna do to the dollar? You know, like, what are we gonna do? What's the dollar? What's gonna happen to the dollar? We're gonna crash the dollar. Yo, Brooklyn Kid, one of the better. Let me get there. One of the better research platforms. It's free. You can use Atom Finance. Definitely is useful. Otherwise, everything is in Thinkorswim as well. If you don't have Thinkorswim, I would recommend Atom Finance. But you can, if you're trying to research stocks, you can do it right within. Let's say I want to look up Apple right now, and we can go to analyze, and we can look at their fundamentals. We can look at their cash. We can look at parts of their business. So, you can do it in here. Thinkorswim has all the answers, but if you don't have Thinkorswim, like if you're trading on, unfortunately, Robinhood or Webull, well, Webull has a lot of information too, but you can get it right on Atom Finance. Is pretty nice. Stagflation will crash the dollar. I agree with you. Trump conference after the market closed, so he doesn't kill the market like he did Friday by insulting people. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, based on this news, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen today. Like, I'm like just spectating. Like, this is nuts. Apple right now, what I'm looking for, I was looking for 220. It did bounce down to 222. So I'm watching this 220 area right now on Apple to see what happens if we cut through 220. Right now, VIX is actually up almost 6%, $3. I mean, VIX maintaining. If VIX maintains 70, I mean, this is gonna be interesting. I didn't know. Man, I'm using TOS. Yeah, you can go if you're using Thinkorswim, go under Analyze and start playing with all this stuff. Earnings, fundamentals. Start playing with all this stuff. You can get all your information from here. It's pretty easy. They have some stuff here from I would disregard all this, but But it's probably why Apple's doing so well in this is because they have the cash pile to withstand, and at the end of this, I mean, I think Apple is probably going to be in a really good position if people can afford their cell phones. Next week we're going to be, next week, for all we know, is the Fed's going to be rolling out a credit card to every American to buy whatever they want. I mean, I'm joking, but I'm not. Like, get the Fed credit card. Put whatever you want. Go out there, buy cars, buy cell phones, buy computers. Go out, buy clothes. Let's stimulate this economy. It's all in the Fed, You got Robinhood Gold. If you're on, It doesn't matter if you're on Robinhood. The best thing that you can do with Robinhood is to close your account. That's the best way to trade on Robinhood. The best way to trade on Robinhood right now is to close your account. Thing is, you might be right now going to give away money like the helicopter benefits. I'm just saying, if you care about your money, you're not going to be trading on Robinhood. If you don't care about your money, it's fine. Do you think Apple might buy some smaller tech companies that are hardest hit? Absolutely. I mean, once this is all done, acquisitions for companies that have money, Microsoft, Apple. I mean, the reason why there were some acquisitions in the last few years, but once valuations dropped, I mean, it's gonna be great. I mean, a lot of companies are gonna get bought up. Which platform do you recommend? I like to use Thinkorswim and Tastyworks together. I use Tastyworks for my executions. I love the charting in Thinkorswim. I might be adding some more. I might be trading on Thinkorswim. I haven't traded on Thinkorswim for about 2 years, so I might move some money over there. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out myself in this. You know, Robinhood is simple. You should make a video on it. I do have videos on Robinhood, and a lot of people to watch them. And my goal for that is that they see that they will switch once they see what other platforms are available. Like, once you figure out what you're missing, you'll never trade on Robinhood again. Like, once you figure out what you're missing. The reason why people like Robinhood is because it's easy to understand and it's easy to view, it's easy to look at your information. However, with the lack of information on that platform, you're unable to make educated decisions. So this is us versus herd. You want more information to make educated decisions. On Robinhood, you're given limited tools, limited information, and you're only able to trade certain things in the way that they want you to trade. And the way that they want you to trade is not profitable for me. So when I trade on Tastyworks and Thinkorswim, I'm probably taking people's money from Robinhood. I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, executions are slow, charts are slow, they get shut down. Sure, they don't charge commissions, but how much money? Go into our Discord right now and at everyone and say, how much money did you lose trading on Robinhood when it was shut down? I know some people lost 20,000, 30. Like, people lost a lifetime worth of commissions in one day on Robinhood. So don't tell me that it's free. Do not. Weeble's all right. I do like Weeble. The only thing that's not, I feel kind of uneasy about Weeble is that they are owned by a Chinese corporation, and I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure how all this plays out. You know, like, so yes, so, you know, Weeble. I mean, I did a great video on Weeble. I really like the platform. I like the executions. I like the data that's in there. However, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'd rather stay on the right now. I did withdraw my money from Weeble. I'm just trying to stay with American institutions during this time of uncertainty. Not racist. I'm Asian too, man. I just in this time of uncertainty, I need to be able to protect my cash. And I mean, sure, they have insurance and stuff like that, but I mean, what are they doing? Also, I've been noticing a trend. So if you guys haven't noticed, so Webull now, I don't know if you've heard of Moomoo. Moomoo is another Chinese trading platform, Moomoo. And what I've been noticing in this space is a lot of Chinese companies getting involved in American finance. And so I don't know. Oh man, Apple is crashing hard. Should have shorted this. But one of my rules is not to put a position on within 15 minutes of market open. And it's causing havoc. Apple's down. SPY is 223. Man, what this is gonna be a crazy day. This is gonna be crazy. This is insane already. Like 9 minutes into the market, and I'm at the edge of my seat. Like today has the most uncertainty for me, like I've ever had because of what the Fed just said, and also the stimulus plan today. So what I'm waiting for, I'm waiting for to be able to find an entry here. I'm not gonna buy the dip right now. A 70% pump in the pre-market. I know. How did that happen? I wish we had, as retail traders, more insight, like Bloomberg Terminal and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I wish we had more insight, and that's one of the struggles being a retail trader. Like if you're struggling as a retail trader, like first of all, if you're on Robinhood, you're not getting enough information. But two, we don't get all the data. I mean, I guess we can we can pay for it and stuff like that, but man, they just here. And this is what you need to start being worried about is massive layoffs. GE Aviation plans to cut 10% of its workforce. They're going to start, companies are going to start cutting. And they already have. What was the other company? Another airlines. Emmer. I don't even know how you say it. Okay, so they temporarily suspend all passenger flights from March 25th, halts all flights. It's the top five largest airline in terms of passenger and freight miles flown. And I wonder how all this stuff's gonna impact. Is this impact supply chains and stuff? We already don't have bread and stuff at the store. Like, jeez. Globally major airlines are slashing services. Demand screeches to a halt while people are urged to stay at home and self isolate. So they're going at least 2 week halt. But I mean, no one's able to fly to Europe anyways, or international. We can't even go to Mexico or Canada right now. Not that we should. Yo, Ramsey, yeah, BA's getting sliced. It's just crazy. $96. Yeah, I mean it hit a low of 89. We'll see. If Boeing, let's say, if Boeing comes down to like $50 a share, might get some. People are like people give me a hard time because I get text messages all the time from family members and friends. Are like, "Hey, is now a good time to buy?" Or, "Hey, what do you think?" I've been eyeing this company, and I'm like, "Well, I mean, we're just chilling." Have you been impacted by the Illinois lockdown? Um, well, thankfully, Adele, I've been very proactive in gathering resources for my family, so I didn't have to go out all weekend. It was relatively nice. However, uh, my clients and stuff like that in my other businesses, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of them are shut down. Let me just say it that way. A lot of businesses that I support in Chicagoland area are shut down. And honestly, I don't know how that's gonna play out. Like, are we just gonna? I don't know. So I'm gonna see what's in the stimulus package because as a business owner, a small business owner in the Chicago area, and as a business owner with staff that I support, it's gonna be interesting because I mean we can't be closed forever. You know, I can't be closed forever and maintain staff. Like, it's not possible. However, the government, the stimulus plan, I don't know what's in the bill entirely. We got to wait till it comes out. But they're saying that they're going to be giving out small business loan stuff, that if you retain your staff, that the loans will be forgiven. So more like a grant type of situation. So that might be interesting. That could keep doors open. Um, but if my so it's kind of like the trickle effect. Like you can show up to work, right? You can keep your doors open as a business, but if your clients stop paying you, what are you supposed to do? You know, if your clients say I don't have any more money, I'm gone, I'm done, and you lose 50% of your clients, what do you do? So, right now I'm just taking it day by day. Making some money in the market, securing that bag for my family, um, making sure people around me are taken care of, making sure my grandmother's good, my parents are good, everyone's good. Relax, stay inside, don't go out. Just it freaking snowed a ton here last night. I don't understand. You think things can't get worse, and then it snows. Snowed like 6 inches. What's going on? I don't know. Maybe we should just get on the next ship with Elon Musk. I mean, if we're gonna play Hunger Games here, we might as well try on Mars, right? All right, looks like the market's trying to reverse a little bit. Let's look here. Let's look at SPY. I don't know. I'm not ready to buy it. I'm not ready to. I don't know if I want to buy this, but I kind of feel like dipping. Kind of feel like dipping into a futures contract here. Alta's ripping. Not too bad. Not too bad. I think it's going to drop. You should be okay. So in this market, what I've understood is that so far, based on my positions that I've had, is that you need patience. If you really, really, really believe in it, you need to maintain your ground because they're going to try to shake you. They pushed me against my limits. They pushed me pretty much on most trades that I've done. They've tried to push me out of it, and because I believed in that trade, I pretty much, that's why I've been making money, is because my analysis has been on point. Now the price is going to do what it's going to do. I'm not saying set yourself up for unlimited loss or do something crazy like that. Set realistic things, but understand that we're moving a lot. That you're going to lose more money faster in a short amount of time on paper, but that doesn't mean that you're going to be wrong. Come to Queensland. I'll go to Australia. I've always wanted to visit Australia, but with kids, it's a bit of a hike right now. It's a bit of a hike. So I don't know if with kids if we're gonna able to make it. I kind of want to taste this. Kind of want to buy a little bit. So if we get pumped up to 230 or 2300 again. All right, I'm doing it. I'm gonna try it out. Hope I don't get my face ripped off. Okay. I'm doing it. Hope I don't get my face ripped off. Okay, I bought one contract. I bought one contract at 22.39. See if we can get my $40 back. We'll see. We'll see. So I don't really necessarily want to be bullish, but coming back down here and bouncing off this right down here might be good. So that's why I put the trade on. It came down here, bounced, and try to play up to 2300, make a little bit of money here. If we hit depression, the crime rate's going up. Yeah, I mean, if people are hungry, I mean, we had problems with people waiting a little bit too long in the McDonald's drive-thru get crazy, let alone like actually be hungry. You know what I mean? Like starving. I mean, I'm up 76% of my put. Nice. The best thing for families after all this vacation are going to be a lot cheaper. Yeah, I was telling my wife, Tobin, if we make it through this alive, we're gonna take like a month off. We're gonna coast on out of here, and that's gonna be it. I'm gonna take a month off. We're gonna recharge once this is all said and done. And I don't know how long it's gonna be. It might be years. You know, it might be years till that can happen, but you know, my kids are still little. I want to have a good time. I want to chill. Richard, what's going on? What are your current positions? So right now, Richard. So I'm long the S&P futures, currently only up 13 bucks. I'm actually short SPG, Simon Property Group. They own a lot of commercial real estate. So that is what I did. So looks like the market's fighting a little bit here, putting up a little bit of a fight. But SPG, if we're looking at SPG, I mean their chart's horrendous. I need to drop below 40 though. I mean, if you look here, I mean it's just horrendous on a property group. So we'll see what happens. Either I'm gonna get another shot on the S&P futures here, or a SPY going back up to 230, or I'm gonna get ripped a new one. We'll see. We'll see. 70% on my Macy's put contracts. Good, congrats, Andres. What's up? It's nice. You know, and also another thing that has been helping me a lot is actually trading 5-minute increments, matching up. I match up the 5-minute increments with the 15-minute increments candles, because it helps you really get an insight on what's happening. You know, before I was mainly trading off 15-minute candles, because the market was slower. It took a longer amount of time for trade ideas to come to fruition. So that's why I used to trade off the 15-minute candle. But now I match up the 5-minute with the 15-minute candles. I'm primarily trading off the 5-minute, but when I get, maybe I'm getting a little confused or a little bit blurry, I compare the two. I compare the two charts. So I go with the 5-minute, and then I go with the 15-minute to kind of back it up. And here we go, a little bounce here. So I'm up like 70 bucks right now on that contract I just placed. So we'll see what happens if we can get a push up to 2,300 here. Foot Locker, dude, all their stores are closed, man. All their stores are closed. No hope. There's no hope for Foot Locker. I'm not saying go short, but I mean, I don't see how they're gonna make. I don't see how they're gonna come out of this in the near term. I mean, they might. GILD. What's going on, Alec? GILD. So let's go into the 1 year here. Let's take it to the 2 years. Yeah, I mean, so far the chart on the 1 year is bullish. I would say the problem is it's hard to say, because their product depends on how well they do and if their stuff's approved. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but I do like it around like the 70, 72, 74 area. This is definitely been a consolidation zone for that. Every time, if you look, one of the things I look at for understanding a stock price and trying to find an entry is like what price does the stock gravitate to? Because we go into oversold territory, we go into overbought territory. So if you look, as it goes up, it kind of gravitates back to the 72. As it goes down, it kind of gravitates back up to 72. It goes way up, comes back down to the 72 area, 73 area. So I look for, I call them magnets. So points of on the chart and stock price that's a magnet. So where does it like to go? Where does the stock price like to go? And then if it came back to that price, so it's basically there now, where do I think that it's going to go? It's kind of the way that I trade. So I try to find magnets. So on stock prices, and you know, last week for the S&P's 2,400 was the magnet. It kept wanting to go up above 2,400 and back down. It go below 2,400 and back up. So you want to find, it will help you trade both bullish and bearish. If you can find these magnets. Now, I'm not saying it's going to work every time, but it definitely helps me out being, you know, consistent in my trade. You know, trading is all about figuring out what the trend is and seeing where that trend will be in the future. You can't make money if the trend is in the past. If you already know, because everybody knows that already. So if you can pick a stock, I don't typically like to trade charts like this, but this is what I see here. And if you're trading, you want to be able to identify trends and where you project that trend to be in the future, and that's how you make money in the stock market. Google lost $50 already. Google, Tesla's down $1. Apple, it doesn't actually look so bad today with the stimulus program. So I'm fine. I'm fine getting long down in here. If we can get another bounce back up, that would be ideal. Yo, Slick, I checked Foot Locker already. I did Foot Locker like 5 minutes ago. I said it doesn't look good. If you got to put, ride it. I mean, all the Foot Locker stores are closed. They have no revenue. They have no monies. No monies. Oh, it's all good. It's all good, bro. Didn't mean to yell. I'm a little fired up today. I got my large coffee working. I'm trying to make my $40 back. I'm up 150 now. Trying to make my money back. So we'll see what happens. You think IRBT is looking good? Let's check her out. I don't really invest in iRobot, but yeah, I mean, it has a pretty solid bounce. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, I would if I was gonna buy it, I would trade it up to 50 and see what happens. If it gets rejected at 50, watch out. Well, let's make a little bit of money here, 150 up 150. All right, I think I'm gonna take my profits here, and I'm just gonna try to. Okay, I just took my profits, so I just made 150. I'm up 113. So what I try to do going into the week, try to build that confidence. Just took my profits up 150. I mean, I literally made $150 in 9 minutes. So I just want to be careful. It's probably going higher, but I just want to. My first trade this week is about confidence. I'm trying to get that confidence booster. So little trade there. I don't know what's going to happen today. Take your profits. That's my goal right now. I mean, I think this is going to push 2,300, but I didn't want to take the chance. I mean, this could easily fade. This could easily fade down. But I mean, we're probably headed back up. If today's the kind of buy the dip type of place, type of day, then that's one thing. But currently, markets are still red. Some stuff's trying to recover, so we'll see what happens. Trying to get some money in after I took that $40 loss last night. So now I'm up 113 on the day. Not huge, but we're gonna do something. We're gonna do something. So I gotta run. I'll be in the Discord all day. As always, stay safe, stay green. It's us versus herd.